Happy Sunday morning, YouTube, and thank you for watching Page of Styles. For all my returning viewers, thank you very much for your continued support. And for you newcomers, if you find the content to be informative and or entertaining, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. This is weekly rotation number 2. So on Monday, I went with 2 fragrances. The first one I started my day off with from the house of John Varvatos, Artisan Pure. I mean, it's a designer, freshy, citrus freshy to me, but the quality of it is amazing. The lemon, bergamot, that the citrus up top is what, tells the story. The dry down isn't bad as well. The only con I would say is the longevity of performance, which I got about 5 good hours, almost 5.5, you know, with the extra half an hour was a faint skin scent, but this is just a beautiful fragrance to me. I wouldn't recommend others to blind buy it, but if you do, if you're a collector or if you want something fresh for your arsenal, your rotation, and you don't want something everybody else have, I definitely would try this John Varvatos Artisan Pure. And since the fragrance didn't last me longer than 5.5 hour mark, I had enough time to try out a different or wear a different fragrance that day, and that was from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and that is Why Eau de Parfum. Apple, ginger. I mean, to me, is the main stars of it. I mean, the smell is beautiful. You're definitely going to put some compliments once we're able to take our mask off. I mean, the longevity really isn't a factor. This one stayed on my skin for 7 hours. An extra hour as being a faint skin scent, but it was definitely a strong 7 usable hours of performance. And once again, I see why a lot of people do wear this. I will be getting a full bottle. This is full bottle worthy to me. So for Monday, Artisan Pure by John Varvatos and Yves Saint Laurent, Why Eau de Parfum. Tuesday, I went with another freshie. I was feeling fresh this week. I went with another freshie from the house of Gallagher Fragrances, and that is Perfecto. Pear, melon, grapefruit, champaca, patchouli, driftwood. Out of these 5 notes, my nose can detect 3 of them, which was the pear, melon, and the grapefruit. That opening is a very strong. I mean, the opening, a lot of times citruses only last anywhere between a minute to maybe half an hour before the dry down begins. I'm not going to say this is a totally linear fragrance, but the opening lasted more than half of the long performance longevity. I definitely got the opening for almost 3.5 hours. I can detect it with my nose. The dry down, I mean, there is a dry down, a different phase of this, but I mean, it still resembles the opening to me. So that's one thing I do kind of like about this house is they don't show too much depth, but for the fragrances I like, when the opening captivates me, I kind of want that opening to last quite a while, and this is what that does. So for Tuesday, from the house of Gallagher Fragrances, Perfecto. On Wednesday, I wanted to wear something like Lacoste L1212 Blanc. I wanted to wear it, but I was like, no, let me, do something a little bit different that I haven't worn in a while. So on Wednesday, I chose the House of Bentley Infinity Rush White Edition. By no means am I saying that this is a clone or an inspired by Lacoste L1212 Blanc, but some of the vibes of it remind me of it. I mean, I'm not sure if it's rose in this, but it reminds me of a powdery rose similar to the Lacoste L1212. I mean, very powdery. To dry down, you're going to feel baby powder fresh. I mean, the smell of this is highly, highly pleasant. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. The downfall of this or con is that unlike all my other Bentley products, fragrances, that the longevity isn't there, where this is only getting me 5.5, 6 hours at best. The other half an hour or hour was definitely a skin scent, then it just fell off a cliff. But I had no problems reapplying this because I really do find this fragrance to be very, very pleasant. Will it be compliment where get it a compliment getter? Depends on how close people get the first hour, hour and a half when you're wearing this. But other than that, this is something that you wear for yourself when you're feeling extra fresh, you're feeling different, a little daring. Um, this is just a highly pleasant, and I'm glad I have it in my collection. So for Wednesday, Bentley Infinity Rush White Edition. For Thursday, I went with another fragrance or another selection from the line of John Varvatos Artisan, and that was Artisan Blue. Here you're going to get an extremely green but fresh, I would say aromatic, because this performs on my skin better than the Artisan Pure. I mean, you're going to get the fresh citrus up top. You're going to get this green freshness. It's like you're feeling fresh cutting the grass that day. The grass isn't, it wasn't raining, so it doesn't smell heavily like grass, but this leans vegetal to where, once again, to me, this reminds me of an old school fragrance of a man, straw hat on, linen outfit, just wanted to feel extra fresh coming out the shower and wanted to convey that to others around him in his environment. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. I got to thank Ross for, recommending this or putting it on his video. Once I tried it, I mean, I'll definitely be wearing this, occasionally throughout the summer because it's just so damn green and fresh. So for Thursday, we went with John Varvatos Artisan Pure. And these bottles for this Artisan line isn't bad at all. Definitely going to be an eye catcher on your dresser or wherever you store your fragrances at. So on Friday, aka Payday Friday, I woke up happy knowing it was payday. I was feeling sporty and fresh, and I wanted something to convey and evoke those feelings. So I went with the House of Christian Dior Homme Sport. This is a beautiful fragrance to me. I mean, just a lot of citrus. The dry down isn't, I don't believe this one has any iris, but the citrus note, this is like a grown man fresh fragrance right here. I mean, I think anyone from 22 to 50 can pull this one off and feel good about themselves. Longevity or performance that day when I wore it, I got, I hate to say it like this, but I got 6 hours and 10 minutes that I noticed that this was on, that I can, it was usable performance to me. Was still wafting at different times of the day. I did have to reapply once after that 6 hour and 10 minute mark, but this is a beautiful fragrance. Is it blind buy worthy to me? Yes, because I think anybody would like citrus and a fresh sporty fragrance that doesn't smell too sporty but sophisticated. So Friday from Christian Dior Homme Sport. Gotta have it. For Saturday, I actually did a review of this one. I had it as my center today, and I'm like, you know what? Let me review this because I don't see too many reviews. And also, once again, from the House of Christian Dior, I do have a lot of that house, and that is Higher Energy. Going to get grapefruits, nutmeg, what I perceive to be a pear note in this. This is a highly, highly pleasant fragrance as well. I do believe this can be a compliment getter if and only if someone is around you within that first between 20 minutes up to 45 minutes, maybe an hour, because sadly, on a beautiful smell like this, the performance on me was rather pedestrian. I got, maybe 5.5 hours with this. Projection, once again, pedestrian, about an hour of arm's length, if not an arm's length, half an arm's length, before it just became just like a mild scent ambiance, basically very close to the skin. If they make an extreme version of this, this is supposed to be the extreme version of Higher by Dior, I would definitely get this. I think they need to bring this back, but just tweak it and make it a lot stronger. But once again, for Saturday, House of Christian Dior, Higher Energy. And this early Sunday morning, it's very early when I'm filming this. So I woke up and I'm like, I took my shower, I brushed my teeth and everything. I'm like, I didn't want to wear T-Zora. I wore it the last 2 Sundays at some point in time. So I wanted something different. I wanted to feel like I had a luxury shower or bath. I was being bathed by washers, as Akeem was in Coming to America. And this is what I chose to wear from the House of Prada Amber Pour On. Just a very, very luxurious soap fragrance. The amber gives it some depth and some oomph to last. Last time I wore this, I absolutely got 7.5, almost 8 hours of usable performance with this. Projection, is very strong for that first hour. It does taper off after the first hour, but it doesn't totally go into a skin tint to me until about the 2.5, almost 3 hour mark. This is definitely a fragrance I can definitely tell anybody to blind buy because one, this is my favorite product fragrance out the whole Prada line. This lasts on my skin a lot longer than the Prada Homme. It's just as soapy, just as luxurious. It just lasts a lot longer. And to me, you can wear this one all seasons long to wear with me, unless it's a temperature controlled environment. I can't do the Prada Homme don't last me much in the dead winter. This, on the other hand, does. So for today, and it's still emanating off my skin, and I've actually put this on around 7:30 this morning, and it is now 10:01 Eastern Standard Time. So there we have it. That was my weekly rotation. I can't wait to see what I choose for next this upcoming week. I mean, I do have quite a bit in my collection. Want to try to wear something I ain't wore before or haven't worn in a while. If you found this content to be informative and entertaining, once again, drop that like, comment, and subscribe. You're only helping the channel to grow, and there's no charge to you. Till the next time, let's grow and evolve together. In this book of life, let's turn to the page of styles. Y'all be blessed and walk in peace.